wanna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down. The best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong though, that's against our bro code. Headed to his home though, know we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his plate.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Jackson, first play, going to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. To throw is Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. He's got room past the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. The Ravens 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
12 more yards there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing your tight end is just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Channing Tindall in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it, and you work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision, great speed, tenacity, runs through tackles, makes people miss. It's always a long game when you're trying to corral Lamar Jackson.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That's good calls for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. On target to his man, Likely. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone that was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Slam route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The throw down the field caught by his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion calls defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Tua now on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Mike Gesicki has really emerged as one of the Miami Dolphins' primary targets, and he can run the entire route tree. We know he's dependable in the short areas, but he can also stretch the field down the middle. A career-high 73 catches last season, and he gets another one here to move the chains.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. It's David Ojabo there for the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Again, it's Kamara. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets him a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second and goal, here's an option play left. Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Take it in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Drake. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Cindy, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Dolphins
6 yards left on second down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. From the 45 on second down, Jackson flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Jackson now. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the
God, you
crossbar,
fucking
but the
suck.
carom goes his way. Unbelievable. Justin Tucker has done it again. He ties his
God, you
own
fucking suck.
NFL record with another 66-yard field goal.
Another incredible kick by Justin Tucker. And let's face
So
it,
bad.
he doesn't surprise us anymore, does he? I still remember seeing the replays of the first one in 2021 at Detroit, bouncing off the crossbar and going through. This guy is flat out amazing.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point.
Yeah,
Last
too
week
bad they
it was
make no play.
interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. But this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense
Aaron Donald may have
is
like
setting
20
the tone in
sacks.
this game.
Yeah.
Here's second
playing
and 10
really
now
good.
from the 29. Again, Jackson will keep it. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a third and
Uber
1.
good.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to
I
get. So he
beat
did a
the
nice
shit out
job
of
of
him.
protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that,
Hey,
they'll
why
find a
you
way
want
to
to do
take it
that?
if they can all the way to the end zone.
I did shit
And he
the fuck
picks
up.
up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Who's the one person watching my game? Somebody
Line
trying to catch
scrimmage
me in
to
some
15. It's
cheese.
first and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's not able to get away.
How's it snowing in the indoor stadium? That doesn't make sense.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And the pressure gets
Oh,
to him
Banks beat Q. Okay.
Defenders get to him there, and that is the sixth time he's been sacked in this ball game.
John Ross may be the worst kick returner ever. Ooh.
And we're going to get a timeout.
We're going empty
With
first
2
play. Let
seconds
this
remaining in the
probably
second
gonna be a
quarter.
pick, but Papa Cook sucks. Holy shit. Oh, Sully got piss pounded. I don't know, but he lost 51 to 6.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal.
Yeah.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting
Kyle
Dolphins
Pitts
taking
with a
a lead to the
56-yard
locker room.
catch to start
As
the
we'll
game.
head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Ooh.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled
That
into the
almost
booth
looked
ready
very
for
nano-ish.
quarter number 3.
It's like my right tackle didn't block anybody. Holy cow. Leonard Floyd just came through, butt naked.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Dude, this guy is bringing hella pressure.
Dolphins at the
Holy
line ready for their next
shit.
drive.
God damn. This motherfucker out here bringing the heat.
They start the second half with Kamara, and he stopped immediately there. Linebacker Patrick Queen.
Kyle Pitts.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see a surprise in your face there, partner. That is a
Bro, I suck at throwing defense.
point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that
I'm about to
time.
just like
Here's
do it
Thomas
over this.
Morstead now. And now on
Forget
4th and 1,
it.
it's
Just
a
bring
fake.
the house.
And a
Yeah,
gamble
I mean,
pays
what
off. They
do
get
we
the
have to lose?
first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there.
Yeah, but the
It
thing
worked
is,
for
when I bring the pressure,
I think you
my
actually
guys
did explain
don't
it.
get to the
There
quarterback.
is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play.
Are you watching my game? Aren't you playing? Aren't you losing? Shut up.
The ball is out. Camara fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess is in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator of the other side was
If
saying.
Spud
"We've
gets
gotta find a way to
struggling,
get the football
I mean,
back
I
for
could
our
care
offense."
less.
And they were able to do it.
That guy is biased.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson, and this is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On second down, it's Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half.
Uber.
And that trend is continuing here.
Alright, I'm already definitely losing this game. This guy's going to bring heat and just dice me up.
Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
Game, we talked about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Edwards now on 1st and 10.
Yo, I'm glitched out.
Before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well.
Bro, I'm glitched out. They won't even run the timeout or nothing.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's BS.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on,
that doesn't make sense. What? How is my whole offensive line just not blocked?
Jackson on the keeper. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Bro, this guy is playing man coverage and bringing the house.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2.
Desmond Ridder can't even throw a flat route. This is bad.
I wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing the second half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Cordell Patterson. Himothy.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
3rd quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Tua Tagovailoa with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Yeah.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Kamara will score. Touchdown, Miami. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes this a 9-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
So the hold on special teams backs them up all the way inside the 15 to start. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And this goes out wide for Drake. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down. Here's Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Jackson and Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
To throw again is Jackson. Then he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, Jackson. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. 3rd and 2, here's Jackson. It's caught by Mike Evans. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Tackle there by Michael Pierce. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Ready.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Let's go now.
And they will take a knee here. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Dolphins, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.